Hi Libra, I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for November 2018. This month I'm using the Aquarian Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This recording is for Libra Sun, Libra Ascendant, and Libra Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign to gain more insight and information, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, Libra, now onto your November 2018 Psychic Tarot reading. First card you have, Libra, is the Death card. And the Death card is transformation, something ending so something new can begin. This could also be talking about a death that perhaps already occurred. Somebody in your life may have recently passed away. I feel like Libra's having like a built-up accumulation of emotions and feelings that they're going through and feeling in this month of November. And it is, for many of you, it's tied to relationships of your past. This could be, a spouse that passed away, or a love that you broke up with, or an ex of some sort. It could also be about a family member that passed away. That's not a love, like romantic love relationship. And I do feel like whatever this is you're looking back on the past about that died, or the transformation of it is happening, I feel like it took everything out of you. It sapped all your strength, all your energy. And you know what? It could even have been a death of a long-held career or a job you held for a really, really long time. And it could have even been connected to a death of an ending of something like that. And I do feel that you may feel like you want everything to be normal. You want things to feel normal. You want to feel normal. But life may not be feeling that normal to you right now. And I also see you focusing on particulars. So like, maybe to get through this, you're like focusing on cleaning out drawers, or sewing rips in clothes, or gathering things together to donate, or like, but I see you focusing on particulars, but it feels to me like a lot of it is distractive. It's to distract you. I do feel you really are striving to seek balance, and you are the scales of Libra, the scales of justice and the balancing scales there. I do see you focusing on wanting there to be balance. So you may not feel like your life has a lot of balance at the moment, or it may feel out of balance for some reason. And I see you kind of beating yourself up, or going over things in your mind like once, twice, 3 times. Did I do this right? Did I make the right decisions? Did I make the right moves? Did I say the right things? Did I do the right steps? I don't know what it's in regard to. Some of you may have felt that way about if you had a loved one that was sick in the hospital and dying, and the decisions you had to make on their behalf. Or after they passed away, was the funeral handled the right way, or the arrangements, or the way the will went down, or anything to do with estates and death and settling of accounts, affairs, funerals, any of that. You may be thinking about that, wondering if it was handled right, or if everything is in a state of flux still and needs to be rectified. Because some of it does really seem to do with the death, or again, like I said, a death of something. A relationship due to death could have died, or a career that could have died in some way. You could have quit, or the company could have folded. Or some death of a relationship, like you could have had with a family member, or falling out, and now you're not communicating anymore. Think on that, Libra, because those are the issues that seem to be coming up with the Death card. Here you have the 6 of Pentacles. This is, look, there's the scales right there for you, Libra. The balanced scales showed up in your reading. This could be success, financial success. It could also be the balance of give and take. It could be giving generously and freely to others. It could be receiving charity or money coming to you from others as well. I do feel like you're adjusting everything, and I see accounts getting adjusted. So for some of you, it could be to do with, I really do feel it's connected to the messages that came up in the death card. And I see you putting everything into perspective of like, what is it I need to keep? What is it I need to sell? And some of you may be thinking this just because you have too much money tied up in things that you're not really using or utilizing, or you may be feeling a financial squeeze where you're like, you know what, I have too many bills and I can't do all, like, this is too much, that's too much, and you may want to downsize and get rid of some of the things. Some of you want to change something going on in court, and you want to make a motion or change or or you either want to make a motion or change something to do with a court motion. Some of you Libras may be feeling like you're having a hard time getting it together about money or balancing your checkbook or balancing your finances, and you may call in somebody to actually help you do that. You may take it to financial advisors of some sort, or accountants or bookkeepers, or somebody in investment banking. It could also involve forensic attorneys could get involved. There could be some kind of justice in some way where something breaks open in a case and that a windfall of cash comes in or money comes in, and then things are settled. So I know it's not the Justice card, but to be honest with you, for some of you, it's reading like it's either about your finances or justice, even though it's Six of Pentacles. Or I'm sorry, finances are in like legal or legal situations. Some of you may feel tethered and bound to your property. It could be like maybe you have some property, a house or a home or multiple properties, and it feels like a particular property you feel like bound to it in some way. And this being bound to it could be making you feel like you're struggling, or it's stressing you out, or you want to make some kind of change in regard to it, because it's like a feeling, I don't know that I want to say trapped. It's not totally a trap feeling, but it's feeling bound to it. And it could be bringing up feelings of feeling trapped for some of you. Now, the next card you have here is the, what happened to this card? That's weird. It's got all these lines drawn over it. That's very odd. I don't write on my cards, and neither do my kids. I don't know, maybe one of my dogs scratched it up. I don't know, it's weird. It's got all these scratch marks all over it. It's the Three of Pentacles, which is expanding your craft, expanding your skills, expanding your business acumen, your knowledge, work expansion. You could be getting a promotion. You could be getting more job duties handed over to you. You could be expanding a business that you have and creating another branch, or this can also be attention to detail and craftsmanship. I do feel that some of you Libras are going to be receiving more work to have to do with the job you already have. It does come up here. Or it could be expanding your employment, where you're going to work at the job you're at now, but you could get a part-time job, or a sideline gig becomes like additional source of income for you, and you're expanding your work that way. Some of you are going to receive more information about your money or finances in the mail. It could be email too, but I see literally the mail. And any kind of records that you feel cloudy or uncertain about to do with your finances, you're going to want clarification on them. And I see you straightening out your money, documents about money or wills or properties or estates, and I see them in a big gigantic binder. So you may start putting them in some kind of binder so you can like go directly to them if you have to carry this somewhere. I see some of you doing that and getting it in order. And I do see some of you are going to get more educated on what you're being spoken to about. So that could be at your job. if you work in a job that you have to deal with money and finances, and you may be like, whoa, they're talking some other language to me. I'm not getting it. So I need to go study and learn up on it so I understand what this new jargon is about finances or legalities that don't make sense to me. If you could be feeling like that about it, and I feel that it's there for you to get this intelligent communication to explain everything about it to you. So I don't feel like it's going to elude you. I do feel like it is going to be handled, helped, and made clear to you. But for some of you, it could have to do with your own personal finances or some will or estate or something you're dealing with that you get in the mail that you find is unclear to you, and therefore you need to either study and learn it on your own on the internet, or you hire somebody or have a friend or relative that explains it to you and helps you out. If it's not coming to you personally, then I feel it's something that you're having to learn or figure out to do with things at your job. So it's going to be different for all of you Libras because it is a general reading. So now, that is so weird that card is all scratched up like that. I really don't know how that happened. The next card you have here is the Empress, and this could be you. This is a maternal figure that's either crossed over to the other side or in the living. It could be a mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, or somebody like a mother figure to you, watching you and protecting you and guiding you. Or they could be in the living. This could also be you. You could be giving the birth to a project, plan, idea, or even a child. I do see you feeling like everything must be straightened out, rectified, organized, made clear. I see you like employing all your powers of ingenuity in whatever it is you're working on or doing. And I also see that you really need to find good outlets for stress, because I do really feel like you're under a lot of stress, and I feel like swimming would be excellent for you, or going into saunas is another, or getting some kind of massage or even reflexology, I feel would be all very beneficial and helpful to you. Some of you may even have a gift of cash that's coming to you, or you're going to be awarded some kind of settlement or an inheritance, or getting some kind of bonus or a commissions check or some kind of payment of something. Could even be winning the lottery for some of you, but it didn't really feel like that kind of a winning feeling, but it could be, like if you do online gambling or sports betting or go to a racetrack or like the casinos. I mean, it could be, but it feels more like an inheritance or a bonus check or a cash of coming to you in some way. Could even be a government grant even, or a big giant tax refund for something. And I do feel like when you get this, I do see you thinking very carefully about, I hear you saying, I'm going to handle this properly. So when you get it, you may be really thinking about investing in your future. Maybe you're going to get a 401k or some kind of IRA, or investing it in something that you are going to, or in a business or in your own business, like investing in putting capital into your own business. It could even be something like that. So now I'm going to look at your last card here. You have Ace of Rods, Libra. This is new beginnings of some sort. This is good news. So this could be a new job, an inheritance. It could be the birth of a child. It could be receiving like a beginning of a new love relationship, a new home. It can be some new beginnings of all kinds come up here with the Ace of Rods. I see you invigorated, and I see you saying like, yeah, I'm ready to get something started. Let's get on with it. Some of you could be buying a new home. You could be selling one and buying another, or if you're getting this money that I see coming to many of you Libras, you could be like, okay, like this beginning is coming because you got this money, like you're doing something with it. Some of you may have some like wild and crazy like love affair with someone that could be quite emotional and really like, wow, stepping outside the box of what you normally would go for or how relationships normally go for you. It could be like passionate, wild, and crazy, or in some way stepping outside the box for you. And some of you, it's going to be like it reinventing your life big time. It's like a reinvention. And I do see some of you Libras will be looking to solve a lot of things for people or fix their problems for those, for some of you, because you're going to do it through money or finances. So this could be like for your kids or your grandkids or, other people that you're close to or you care about. It could even be for charity groups and organizations. But I see you looking like, okay, not only are you going to be take care of yourself and your own interests of what you need and what you want to do moving forward, some of you are going to be really helping other people out. And like I said, for many of you, this is people that you love and are close to you. Some of you could be getting involved in some kind of complex gathering or opening of some kind of new business. Like maybe the company you work for is going to have a grand opening and they're moving to another location, or they're, I don't know. You have to listen to that again because that was a little bit of a strange message, but they popped it in there. I do feel like many of you Libras are going to be feeling a lot better. Like maybe your life is changing and turning some kind of corner and it's feeling much better to you than it has. Some of you are also going to start getting deep into meditation or some kind of spiritual practice. Could even be religious. You could be getting into going to church or some kind of religious or spiritual practice of your own choosing. But meditation comes up strongly here. You're going to receive a lot of karmic blessings of good fortune especially for the money that you give to others generously and helping other people out. So if you're one of the Libras that's going to do that, and if you don't have the money to do it, you could be doing it through goodwill gestures of other sorts, pitching in or helping out in other ways out in the world and in the community. It doesn't have to be just giving money, but for some of you it is, you're going to give money. And this, you're going to ride the wave of some good karmic blessings if you make the decisions to do that. So now I'm going to look into the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins card that I pulled for you. I used to do this years ago when I started on YouTube almost 5 years ago. And I kind of got away from it after a while. And I saw these cards and I'm like, you know what? I should pull those cards again for the viewers on YouTube. And here you got it flipped out of the deck. You got Contemplation time. Spend time alone meditating upon what you truly desire. Hey, isn't that pretty good? I didn't even know that said that. And meditation, focusing on meditation, did come up with that Ace of Rods card. So here's your Contemplation time card. Very interesting. I wanted to pop out for you. I do see you thinking about, I have to be more balanced in my emotions and in my thinking. And I see you thinking and spending some time thinking about what you are devoting or committing your life to, whether it's a career, a religion, a relationship. I see you, those are something big you're contemplating, but it does have to do with what you're devoting your time and energies to in like a long sense, not short term, long term. I do see you thinking about like having to coordinate things that will be pleasing to everyone's wishes, not just yours. So I see you having to I've got to coordinate things to make everybody's wishes happy, make everybody happy. And I do feel that you're going to be thinking about lost time and that you had to devote or give over to something or someone that was kind of monopolizing or manipulative of your time. So I feel that this is something you're going to be focusing on in your meditations and contemplations as well. And you may also be spending some time thinking about that you want to direct your life in a more meaningful way. Like maybe you feel like too much of your time revolves around doing things that seem not as important on the surface, or kind of a little shallow, or don't have like the deep meanings that you really want them to. But only you can decide what area this falls in for you, and whether this made sense to you or not. So I hope it did, because you did get meditation here in this card, and then you got it here with this contemplation time. So I feel like it's something important for you to consider there. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested, Libra, in getting a continuation of this reading where I look into my crystal and give you additional messages and predictions from my spirit guides for you for this month of November 2018, you can access these videos for download and purchase by clicking on the other link below this video, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for November 2018 psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. Now, the other special videos I have available that I recorded in the middle of the month of October, the first one being it's the second one that I did, is about Venus in retrograde. And in that series, I pulled 3 cards from the Aquarian tarot deck, which is what I used here in this reading. And these cards, I pulled 3 cards. The first one is going to be about what are you struggling with during this Venus in retrograde, which started October 5th and goes until November 16th. But the shadow started a month before and a month after. So the first card is what you're struggling with during Venus in retrograde. Second card is going to be about what you're clearing out. And the third card, or how you're clearing it out, or what you're clearing out. And the third card is going to be about how or in what manner you're moving forward. I thought these readings were pretty good. I liked them myself. So that link is below this video if you want to check them out. And the other series I did is called Spirit Animal Messages and Gemstone Crystal Readings for each sign of the zodiac, where I pulled 2 cards from the Stephen Farmer Oracle cards and gave you messages from those 2 cards. And I pulled a gemstone from my purple velvet bag of gemstones. I have a pretty big bag of all these different gemstones, and I pulled one for each sign, and I psychically look at and listen to my guides and read the stone, and then I give you factual information about the energetic properties of the stone, what chakras they're good to work with and heal, what planets they're connected to, and what zodiac signs the stones are connected to. But I do give psychic predictions for you from the stone, why the stone would be particularly good for your sign. And these would be like good to put on your chakras when you're meditating, or to sleep with it under your pillow, to carry it in your hand, hold it in your hand when you're working on something or going throughout your day, or keep it in your pocket or purse. So hopefully you'll find those interesting. That link is also below this video. And all these videos are always available on my website by going to www.theluckymermaid.com. Click on the videos tab on my menu, and there you will see these videos that I talked about here. These 3 are going to be the first 3 video series listed on that page. You just go to the heading of the video series you're interested in, click on that sign, click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo for download and purchase. So I hope you have an absolutely phenomenal November, Libra. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.